and this is how the risk engine works. Hello traders, Marin here from the Algo Trading Space team. In today's video, I'll explain my step-by-step process of getting capital allocation with the Darwinex Zero platform. I'll show you how I select the strategies. I'll show you from where you can get same strategies for free. Also, I will show you how I set my risk per trade. And most importantly, I will show you how the risk engine works in reality. So if you like this type of content, subscribe to our channel to give us this support. Give it a thumbs up to that video and let's move into the real deal. So I have logged into my Darwinex Zero account and you can see that currently I have 30,000 euro capital allocation and this is the total P&L offset, and the estimated performance fees are almost 65 euro with the next payout scheduled to be around the beginning of August. And I know many of you want immediately to understand what is the strategy I'm trading and how I get this capital allocation. Before that, let me show you my Darwin looks. So this is the return since inception. You can see here the return on the Darwinex platform, and the Signal account is slightly different, but I will show you that one in a second. And what else you can see here actually, that I had a few drawdowns here, but eventually I found a way to scale up the account. And now I have also some periods of drawdown, but overall the account is being on a profit. And if I continue scrolling, you can see that for the last 5 months, I have reached a total return of above 10% here, which helped me to get a capital allocation at the beginning of May, and it's been a few weeks since the beginning of May. And as you can see, currently I am also qualifying for another capital allocation, so my rating is above 75. And for those of you who don't know how the Darwinex Zero platform works, basically you test your strategy on their platform and you need to have a minimum rating of 75 to qualify for the capital allocation. And also, if you manage to maintain this rating for longer and if you manage to maintain a profitable strategy, eventually you'll get payouts after 3 months of receiving capital allocation. I consider this platform very interesting, and I'll put the link to the Darwinex Zero platform in the description below. And also I'll share our discount code if you want to onboard with the 1 year or 3 year subscription. Like I promised, I will tell you what I'm trading, and I'll go to Algo Trading Space website, and under the results in the funded trading, I'll just scroll down and start typing EA Studio. And that first account is the account which I'm using. This is my Signal account for the capital allocation, and you can see here pretty stable performance, and it looks similar to what we have in the Darwinex Zero backend. And you can see that for the time I'm trading the account, the gain is above 2% and the max floating loss is minus 1.20%. What else is interesting here for this account? If I go to the terminal actually and I'll go to the analysis, you can see that I'm trading a lot of strategies here. I have almost 60 trades with Swiss yen, but if I go to the magic number, we can see that I have 47 trades with this strategy because actually I'm trading several Swiss yen strategies, and this is a very interesting account, I have to say, and I'll show you exactly what I trade and how I pick the strategies. And here's the Signal trading account. I'm trading here strategies from Expert Advisor Studio. So currently I have a lot of open trades, and if I go to the trade history, you can see here pretty active trading account, I have to say, and it is slightly difficult probably to understand what's going on here. That's why I will use the Space Tracker to show you exactly what's happening here. For those of you who are not familiar, Space Tracker is our in-house trading journal tool, and we use it a lot to analyze our trades. There are a lot of nice features, and by the time of recording, every VIP member gets access to the Space Tracker for free. So I'll switch to the trade analysis tab here, and this is one of the more interesting tabs for me because here I can see a breakdown by the traded symbol and also the magic number of my strategies, and I can easily see which are the strategies which are performing well. So here we can see that, for example, Swiss yen strategy, it had 34 trades, win rate 70%. This one has 75% win rate and 24 trades. Very stable strategies. Aussie Cat, a strategy which I recently found here, and it has 7 winning trades so far, 100% win rate. And this is the whole history and all the trades from this account. I have some losing strategies as well. That's where the drawdowns come, but overall pretty stable performance. So what is my system actually? If I scroll up at the trade history, you can see that the trade started with 0.1 lot, and this is my initial state for the account. I'm trading with 0.1 lot, and eventually once I find good strategies and they qualify based on my criteria, I would increase the lot to 0.5, and I can further increase it if the strategies continue to performing well. That's why we have steady performance here, and then you can see here the jump because I increased the lots. Also here I had a stable performance, but I increased the lots too early here, and then I had the drop. So here I didn't fully follow my rule, and here's the result. And what is my rule? I'm looking for the strategies to have at least 30 trades before I evaluate the performance. 30 trades and minimum of 30 days. Usually with those EA Studio strategies, it takes longer than 30 days to reach the 30 trades, so the count of trades is enough to qualify the strategies for me. Once the strategies make 30 trades, I compare the performance with the backtest, and if the performance matches the backtest, also if after 30 trades the strategy is profitable, I would consider it for increasing the lot size, like I did here with this too. And how I pick the strategies? I'll go back to the Algo Trading Space website and I'll click on Get Started, which will send me to my account page, and from here I'll click on the strategy dashboard. And you can see the strategy dashboard is processing files, and these files are actually JSON collections with Expert Advisor Studio strategies. If I refresh again, you can see 44 collections, which contain a total of 177 strategies, pretty stable strategies from our strategy generation processing house, from our apps. They're being revalidated once a month, and in the revalidation we try to keep the strategies which are making average 2% per month on the backtest, staying below 50% drawdown. And what I usually like to do here is I like to use the filters, and there is this nice filter called multi-market strategies, and what it does, if I close the filter again, it will show me the strategies capable of performing on multiple symbols. And this is such a strategy, so what I will do next, I will just download it, and then I'll go back to my account and I'll click on Expert Advisor Studio. And if you don't have an account, you can register for the free trial. I already have an account, so I'll log into that one. Once I'm logged into the account, I'll go to the collection tab, and then I'll drag the collection which I have downloaded, which is actually a single strategy collection, and I'll click on Recalculate. As you can see here, we have some green line which shows the out of sample, which is the performance of the strategy after it was created, but this one is fresh, so we don't have a big out of sample. What's important for me here actually is I'm usually looking at several metrics, and I'll show you them in a second. So here's the strategy, how it looks, and we can see that this strategy has almost 70% win-loss ratio, which is one of the important metrics for me. You can see this strategy, it uses stochastics and MACD signal for the entry and the marker for the exit. And what else I will do here? I will change the time frame from M5 to M15. Usually this way we are testing the strategy robustness. If one strategy works on more than one time frame, this is a good sign. I will test with M1, but that's not okay. M5 is okay, M15 is okay, M30, H1, and day one is totally not worth it. So I'll go back to the M15 actually, because I prefer to trade this time frame. And what else I will test is the robustness of the strategy. We saw initially in the dashboard that this strategy is capable of trading multiple symbols, so I'll just click here on the symbols and I'll start to change them one by one with the arrows on my keyboard. And we can see here the Aussie Yen is being a profitable pair, the Aussie USD, although the balance line doesn't look that good, and we have Euro CAD as well, Euro Pound, and probably a few others. So this is pretty much enough for me. I can see that this strategy is capable of performing well on multiple symbols, also on multiple time frames. Even here on the Pound Aussie, if I switch to M5, I can see a change. That's not the perfect balance line, it's not better than before, so I can play around with the symbols, and you can see that on Pound Canadian M5 the strategy is performing well. We have a positive balance line, which is enough for me. So this is a good strategy, and what I will do next, I will take the strategy and I will move it to my VPS where I'm trading the Darwinex Zero account. I have already moved it and compiled the source code, and we have the strategy ending on 595. Going back to the navigator, I'll right click on the Expert Advisors menu so it can load and refresh the Expert Advisors, and I can find the strategy here with the magic number ending on 595. I'll right click on that one and I'll click on test to open the strategy tester. Let me expand strategy tester more. So what I'll do here, I'll backtest the strategy, but in order to backtest it on multiple currency pairs, I'll go to the market watch, right click on symbols, and actually I'll click on Forex and show symbols, which will automatically show all the symbols available with this broker, and I'll click on OK. Then the other thing I will do in the optimization, I will switch to all symbols selected in the market watch, which will automatically run the test against all the available symbols, which are 38 at the moment. And for the delays, I will keep it as it is. This is the actual delay which I am getting from this trading server, and for the period, I will run the test actually from the beginning of 2018 up until today, which is the 11th of May when I'm recording this video. For modeling, pay attention guys to this. The strategy from Expert Advisor Studio trade by default on the open prices only model. So this is the model which I'm going to be using, and actually you will see a very fast backtest for those 38 symbols. And I'll change to 0.1 lot because, like I told you earlier, this is the lot size with which I'm starting trading for the strategies until they make 30 trades. And after that, I'll either drop them or scale them up. So we already have some results here, and it will take 3 more minutes probably for the backtest to run. And while the backtest is running, I wanted to show you something. I created 2 graphics here, and I'll explain them very quickly. A member of our community recently wrote to me asking about Darwinex, how the platform works, and he wasn't 100% sure on understanding what's going on. That's why I decided to spend some time to draft this page here so I can explain, and also this would be useful to you, I'm sure. You know the basics. We have the signal account where we need to have at least 3 weeks of trading to pass the calibration stage, and from that moment we're getting a ticker. This is the ticker for the user, and mine is this one here. And then the risk engine starts to work on the account actually, and based on the performance of the signal account, the risk engine will increase or decrease the position sizes until we qualify for the capital allocation eventually. But here's the important part, guys, and this is based on this user's account. So what he said actually is that his account was performing stable for the last several months, making almost 2% profit, and he started the account at the end of August, I think, making almost 2% profit, but he had a huge drawdown on January, and then it recovered and makes profits again, but still he is not getting the capital allocation, and he was wondering what's going on. And here's the crucial part you need to understand about the risk engine. I scroll down to the bottom here. If you want, you can pause the video to read through the page, but what I want to show you guys is the risk engine and the rating formula. These are 2 very important things, and you can find here how the risk engine works, what is the deleverage. Basically they are stimulating users to hold trade for a shorter period of time, and the more you hold the trades, the lower will be your deleverage. And then we have the value at risk and also a few other important metrics. You can go through the documentation, but the most important thing is here in the Darwinian rating. And what you can see here, that the rating is calculated based on the current calendar month return, which has 22% weight in the overall formula, previous last 5 months return plus current month's return, which has 67% weight, and we have the maximum drawdown across the current month and preceding 5 calendar months, which has 11% weight. And what does it mean? This means that if you have a drawdown, it will take time to recover. It will take 5 months to completely recover the drawdown, so it is excluded from the calculations. So what does this mean in practice? This user made this huge drawdown here, almost 20%, and after 6 months it will be like this drawdown is gone. And actually this is a positive thing because 20% is a very big drawdown, and for 6 months making almost 2% amount, this is 12%, so it will still not cover the drawdown here. But in July, actually this will be 6 months before, so from July the calculation will start from scratch, and you can see that probably 2-3 months after that the user will be able to get capital allocation. I made a similar example with my account. I have already almost 10% Darwin rating, and actually this is how my account is performing. I started with a drawdown, small one, and then I'm making small profits month over month. And at the beginning I had a bigger value at risk, but they are decreasing the risk, and here it increased. Basically, the better you perform, the better value at risk you have, but eventually if you have a bigger drawdown, it will hurt the account. So what I consider as the success strategy here is to trade with lower risk and to be here for the long game, because like I told you, here's the weights, and this is for my account. 22% is my current month, with this is the profits here, the 5 consecutive months before they have 67% weight, and the max drawdown has 11% weight. It still affects negative my account, but because the other metrics are being positive, I'm on track again, and I'm expecting to receive capital allocation again. Before I wrap up the video, let's see the backtest and how it performed. And we can see several profitable strategies here with low drawdown. Of course, this is a 100k account, and trading with 0.1 lot is less riskier. Like I told you, this is the system which I am following with Darwinex, so this is fine for me. I will just try to pick here symbols which I'm not trading at the moment, or if I combine multiple symbols from this strategy, I'll try to pick those which are not correlated so they don't go together in a drawdown. This was my step-by-step process of getting capital allocation on the Darwinex Zero platform. As you saw, I selected a strategy which can trade multiple symbols and timeframes, and this is perfectly fine to avoid correlation on the Darwinex platform. You can get similar strategies for free just by registering for the EA Studio free trial. Before you go, check out this video on my site where you can learn more about Expert Advisor Studio. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!